Hi there, it's Simon here. Hope you're going well. As it's coming up to Christmas, quite often in lessons I get asked about buying new guitars, and quite often people who have had their first guitar are ready to move to a different acoustic guitar, and I thought I'd make a video about it. Stay tuned. So today's lesson is about buying a new acoustic guitar, but before we get into that, please do subscribe and hit the bell to be notified of 2 lessons every week on Tuesdays and on Saturdays. And if you are able to support the channel with $3 a month, there are exclusive videos over at Patreon. Please go and check that out. Okay, so here we go. First things first, before you buy any new guitar, you've got to figure out what your budget is. Please, please, please don't go into the guitar shop without knowing what your budget is, because it leaves you in a weaker position when it comes to bargaining, basically. Never ever pay the price on the guitar. There's always some wiggle room. If there's no wiggle room and they tell you there's no wiggle room, then try and get a case thrown in, or strings thrown in, or picks thrown in, all that sort of stuff. Okay. Number 2, the thing that a lot of guitar shops will want you to buy is an acoustic with a pickup in it. So an acoustic electric guitar. Quite often I get asked, should I buy an acoustic electric guitar? Well, I guess the answer is, are you ever going to plug it in anywhere? If you're an aspiring singer-songwriter and you want to go and play a local sort of coffee shop, or sort of a jam night, or where you get to play 2 or 3 of your songs, then absolutely you need to go and get an electric acoustic guitar. Now, if you're going to get an electric acoustic guitar, it's not an electric guitar. Still basically exactly the same as an acoustic guitar. You'll have the bronze phosphor strings, they'll be slightly thicker than normal. You can plug it into an amplifier 100%, but it is not an electric guitar. If you want an electric guitar, go and buy an electric guitar, and then keep your acoustic, all right? So that is the next thing I always tell people. Acoustic guitar is really cool because I can just play a little bit of it, and I don't need to worry about plugging it in, and maybe I can get an electric acoustic guitar and plug it in and it'll be like an electric guitar. No, it's not like an electric guitar. Number 3 is really about that budget question that we spoke about before. Once you know your budget, you'll be able to figure out what kind of acoustic guitar you're going to get. Acoustic guitars are often made of different types of woods or plywood. They like to call it laminate. So depending on your budget range, you'll be able to get a better guitar. At the very bottom of the spectrum, you'll get a guitar which has the top and the sides and the back will be laminate, which basically is plywood. It's totally fine. But obviously with it being plywood, lots of sheets of wood glued together, it won't resonate as well as an acoustic guitar made out of solid wood. The next level up is what's called a solid top. So quite often you'll get a spruce top at the lower end of the market. Now, some of those guitars are amazingly good value. So quite often with students, I recommend that they go to like a Yamaha guitar, and some of those things are amazing for the price. Here in Australia, you can pick up a really good solid top Yamaha acoustic guitar for around 250, 300 bucks sometimes, which is absolutely fantastic. And if you get a new one, you can do all the wiggling that we were talking about before, getting a soft case, getting some strings thrown in, maybe a few picks, a capo, all that kind of stuff. The next up from that is to get a guitar with a wooden top, wooden sides, and a wooden back. Obviously it's going to resonate more. The thing I should have told you about the top is that the strings are attached to the bridge, which is attached to the top, right? So the better the connection between that and the way that the guitar resonates, the better your guitar is going to sound, the richer and a fuller sound it's going to have. So then that applies exactly the same to the sides and the back. Going back to the electric acoustic thing, if you are really keen to buy an electric acoustic guitar and you are in Australia, I can highly recommend these Maton guitars. This one has an AP5 pickup. I don't know if you can see that, but the sound of it is amazing. Often on guitar videos, guitar lesson videos, when I am using an acoustic guitar, it's actually not mic'd up. I actually plug it straight in from here into my audio interface, and that is what you're hearing. I put a little bit of sneaky reverb and compression, but that is the sound of the guitar that you are hearing. So it's a pretty true version of what an acoustic guitar sounds like. Now at the cheaper end, and they all mostly work the same, they have something called a piezo pickup that sits underneath the saddle, and that picks up the vibration then goes down the cable, gets picked up by leprechauns in the amplifier, and they help amplify the signal, and out it comes, right? So other guitars, more expensive guitars, also have a microphone system inside, but now you're starting to talk to 1,000 Australian dollars and upwards, I guess. The final thing with amplifying acoustic guitars is it generally, like, though it will be close, it will never sound like an acoustic guitar plugged in. I have gone down that massive rabbit hole of playing acoustic guitar on stage and wanting to sound like an acoustic guitar, but just louder. It's really, really hard. You can go down a massive rabbit hole with super duper pickups and those microphone pickups and special acoustic guitar amplifiers and all that sort of stuff. But at the end of the day, it will never sound like an acoustic guitar unless you sit on stage and with a microphone in front of it. Generally, the reproduction of the acoustic guitar, once it's gone and been sort of electrified, if you want, won't ever really sound like an acoustic guitar. It'll sound a bit like an acoustic guitar, but not really, really like an acoustic guitar. All right, so in summary, a few things. Number one, before you go and buy a guitar, you must know your budget. Really know your budget. Then allow you to kind of, you know, work on the wiggle room with the dude in the guitar shop. Number two, do you really need an electric acoustic guitar? If you are going to use it, great. But bear in mind, it'll add probably $100, $150 to the price of the guitar. If you're only really going to play acoustic guitar, instead spend that extra $150 on a better acoustic guitar. Number three, depending on your budget, really think about what it's made of, and if you're able to get one with a solid top, even if it's got laminate back and sides, that is going to be a much superior instrument to one that is just a laminate guitar. And number four, realize that an acoustic guitar is just an acoustic guitar. It's not an electric guitar. So if you want to go and buy an electric guitar, I wouldn't stop you from buying an electric guitar. How many guitars is too many guitars? Well, the number of guitars you have plus one is the perfect number of guitars to have. So please don't be shy. Go and get another guitar. I will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please do subscribe. I really appreciate it. If you watch regularly and you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe. There's lessons twice a week on Tuesdays and on Saturdays. If you're able to support the channel, please do at patreon.com/Simon Morell. I will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.